Hey everybody, we're going to talk about a few more behaviors today. So if you have your Outmatch report out and you're looking to revisit it, or you just got it back from us and you've had your initial review, then you can pop on and we're going to talk about self-awareness for a few minutes. So self-awareness is the measure of how your own tendencies, thoughts, behaviors, motives, actions that you take influence the world around you. And remember, these reports are not just a work thing. This could potentially be affecting you at home as well, your friendships, how you raise your children, your marriages, relationships, anything like that. So self-awareness is kind of a big one. So there's two sides to this spectrum. You have self-reflection on one side. And this side is one where you are very aware. And we like this side because you are very, very willing to tell us how it is. So when you're working with us, you're usually pretty forward with your coach about what you see, what's happening, and you want to kind of build that out. You can self-report to us pretty accurately. The other side of the spectrum is less time spent self-reflecting, so that it's not that you can't do it, but you just spend less time self-reflecting. So this is always a funny one when we start to talk about this. I always like to see people's faces when their scores come up that they're less self-reflective. So these are there are a couple things that you can do to shift this very quickly. And we're firm believers on a couple of these. So feel free to use any of these. And I will encourage you that if this is something that you're working on, definitely share this with your coach on your weekly accountability call. And absolutely, you should be sharing this with your manager. Your coaches will be able to influence this very, very easily and help hold you accountable. So for my people that are spending less time self-reflecting, the first and foremost thing that we'll tell you to do is to make a list of your deltas. We all usually know what they are. Maybe we don't want to say out loud what they are, but we all know what they are. Some of them even came out when we were doing your initial assessment on your Outmatch. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the top 2 or 3, depending on how big of one you pick or how deep dive you want to go. And you're going to come up with an improvement plan. So for 1 to 2 of them, you're going to create an improvement plan for those. For those of you who are self-reflective and you're working with your coach, I'm going to suggest, especially based on how we all have the opportunity to do business with, the easiest thing for you to do is to start recording calls, meetings, things like that. You can do this via Zoom. You can do this on your iPhone. You can do this pretty much with any piece of technology. If you're making cold call type phone calls still, then that's okay too. You can record those calls. It will give you the best amount of feedback in the quickest form. And we will even help you listen through some of those to give you some rapid feedback. So for those of you who are super self-reflective and know that you're willing to take that kind of feedback, this would be my first suggestion for you. For those of you who don't typically take the time, the first thing is going to be you're going to have to figure out what you want to spend time on. You may have even got that homework assignment from the coach that helped review your assessment. And then you have to make an improvement plan. You may have to even reach out to a few of your trusted people to help get that improvement plan going so that you don't just pick a couple easy things and don't get the results that you're hoping for. The next thing that you want to look at once you have your improvement plan is what we call leading indicators. And if you've been through class yet, you know that leading indicators are the behaviors that we do. Again, remember, we can influence behaviors. So those are the behaviors we have to do to get the result. My people, in my experience, that spend less time self-reflecting, they're so accustomed to getting a result that they like that even when they get a result that they don't like, they don't really even remember where it came from, or maybe they don't even care, but they just keep on rolling. So this improvement plan needs to have more behaviors and less result-based, okay? So we want more of these and less of these. Now, back to your battle book. I love this word. We got it, I heard it maybe a few months ago, and we were able to incorporate it in all of our training. And so if you're an Oxygen client or coaching with us at any capacity, you have a battle book. This is the information that should be living in your battle book, because you will watch this shift. So we talk about behaviors that shift within approximately a 60-day time frame. This is where we'll start to see, okay, this delta has moved when I start to journal that this is my goal, these are the behaviors I'm changing, this is what I see happening. At the end of the day, you have a chance to sit down and purposefully be reflective. I will encourage you, if you find yourself anywhere from this side of the spectrum on, that you will have to put a 15 to 20 minute block, and that does not include drive time. So you need to be sitting in front of your battle book and really ready to write on what happened throughout your day and what worked and what didn't work for you. So you're working on journaling these behaviors, journaling how your improvement plan went, and being proactive on spending more time self-reflecting, okay? And it's about a 60-day process. I know that that could sound daunting when you're talking about spending this much time, but it can quickly be just jotting down notes, jotting down your leading indicators, whatever you want that to look like. We're not asking you to follow a certain format, but you do have to spend that purposeful amount of time, not behind the wheel of your car, writing down what works for you. So here's what, if you sit on this side of the line, here's where you may be lacking. I have a lot of people say, Kat, I think I'm self-aware, but you're telling me that I'm not. And that's fair, because in all reality, if you're sitting on this side of the line, it hasn't negatively impacted you yet, okay? But if we look at other scores on your report, like follow through specifically, you don't know what you don't know, okay? So if you tend to sit on this side of the bar, and then you look at your follow through score on your report, your follow through score may also be on that end of the spectrum. And what happens when we have follow through on the lesser side? It means we're losing track of all the little things that could be costing us. And if we don't know what we don't know, we don't know what it's costing us. That could be kind of scary, even if it was, I mean, you pick the nominal amount that pertains to your business, and you multiply that by 1 time every day, 1 time every hour, 5 times every day. And at the end of the month, are you okay leaving that on the table? Are you okay leaving 1 deal a day gone because you missed an email, because you missed a small detail? So when your follow through score goes south because your self-awareness score is more towards less reflective, that's where we want to watch those two together come more towards the center. If this is the first behavior video that you're watching, remember, we're not looking for you to go to the other extreme. We're looking for this nice, pretty little sweet spot right in the middle. We don't want any extreme. We're just looking for kind of a centerpiece. If you have already taken our Phoenix class, in the back of your manual, remember this is supposed to be something you can pull out, add to, revisit it whenever you need. Now would be the time to revisit it. Check out Appendix A, and there are 4 different examples in there for you to check out. You can use those as your behavior charts. You can modify them. You can do whatever makes the most sense and pertains to your modality the easiest, so that you can spend some time reflecting and get the most out of it. All right, I hope this helps your self-awareness score. If there's anything that we can do here at Oxygen as the coaches, please don't hesitate to reach out. And we hope you take just a little bit of time to breathe life in today. Bye, everybody.